So Andrew Wilson annihilates woke feminists in this heated debate. Okay, so basically, Andrew Wilson came with receipts against this woke feminist right here who goes by the name of Natty. Basically, this is a later coverage for a debate that they had before earlier this month of July, and it's crazy that this feminist would not actually prove her argument. So Andrew came with receipts with a conversation he had with Peter Wright, which she accused him of having support from. So here's this particular debate between Andrew Wright and this woke feminist where, Andrew Wilson annihilates this woke feminist in a heated debate. And guess what? She calls for help later on. Let's go ahead and get right into it.
That is from Peter Wright. And he says, I just heard some ridiculous spaces where Andrew's detractors were talking and he was answering.
Hi, Peter.
That Natty chick came in.
Natty.
That Natty chick came in and claimed you and I had a Patreon conversation and that it was proof we were in cahoots. We both know that's, but more to the point, I can't remember ever talking with you on a Patreon. I never visit Patreon. Do you have any recollection of that? So this guy actually wants to make sure, like, am I crazy? Am I crazy? Or did this just never happen? And he says, quote, unless my memory is failing, it's completely fabricated. Really can't stand that. Now, he continues from there. So we'll stop that one, and I'll move on to evidence 2 here. 1 second. Boop, 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 boop.
Hey, Dean. Dean, it's Natty. How you doing?
Who is Dean?
Let's get him back again, shall we?
I have no idea who any of these people are.
He wants more. Another claim from another person with proof. Let's see if we can get one.
Okay, let's enjoy the silence while he's pulling up the next DM, please.
Yeah. So here's this is the last one that's necessary here. Okay, there it is. And it simply says this. Let me minimize here, and I'll move back to the screen. Simply says, it's funny you should say that. This is Rachel's response, because I don't remember having any exchange on your Patreon either. I also went to the space where she claims Dean provided proof of that, and I didn't see it anywhere. Anywhere. She just lies. She's so obsessive. Also, my book was published in 2021, and I don't think you and I interacted whatsoever until at least a couple of years after that, Natty. So it's hard for me to understand how you could have mentioned me and told me what to write, LOL. So, Natty, this is really weird, Natty. So what I just gave you was gave you... Well, why are you on the phone during a live debate, Natty? Why are you on the phone?
I'm listening. You want me to give some more proof?
Can you respond? Can you respond to the evidences that I... Natty.
You haven't finished, have you? So
can you respond? Natty, can you respond now to the 2 evidences that I just... What is this chick doing?
Natty, I'm...
What in the world is this? So, as Andrew Wilson calls her, never learned Natty actually called somebody who goes by the name of Dean, I think, for evidence instead of just providing evidence for herself. You don't do that for a live debate, okay? Like I said this before, I don't think she actually knows how to debate anyone over anything, okay? Because this right here, this was a live debate, okay? It was live streamed at the time. And it's crazy how she went on ahead and called for help. She actually called for help, okay? Called for assistance. Now, let's be fair. I mean, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? They gave you opportunity to call for assistance in case you don't know the answer to the question or stuff that was given. But this is not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. This is a debate. You can't call for help or evidence for just somebody else and stuff. She was supposed to provide evidence or any proof of the claims that she made against Andrew Wilson as even his wife. Okay. So the simple matter is that she is looking for assistance. She doesn't have a ground to stand on, okay? She doesn't, I'm pretty sure the viewers of this who are watching right now are scratching their heads as well. And the fact of the matter is that, you know, she doesn't have no evidence. All she did was spew lies and stuff. And it's like, it's come to the point where it's going off topic, basically, where Andrew Wilson simply asked her to go ahead and provide evidence of the things that she said.
I'm going to ask you very politely to take this a little more seriously. I understand that maybe sometimes when we get pinned in a corner, we don't like what we're hearing, we get a little antsy and we start doing awkward things. I get
but
it.
anyway,
I
could
would
you
say
actually
the only
respond?
person doing awkward things here is
Can you
Natty.
respond to those? Those. So that was proof from Peter Wright that not only are your claims completely fictitious on the Patreon, which you've shown no proof for, but that the time sequence for Rachel's book wouldn't have even added up between that and their interactions. Now, I'm willing right now to give you the floor. You can take all the same time I just did to pull up the proof. Can you please show us your evidences to the contrary?
Dean, can you speak?
Well, I don't quite understand.
Okay, hold on just a second. Stop.
I don't even know.
Can you, I'm going to ask you very kindly. I don't know who that is on your end of the line, but they
I
are
don't
not
care,
a
Sarah. Let it go.
portion-
Properly,
Okay,
and
fine.
what preparation was given to anybody?
No worries, Dean. I'm sorry to do this to you last minute, but I'm being told by Peter Wright, who was talking to Andrew. I'm doing a live debate with Andrew right now. I'm being told by he has a DM, a screenshot of a DM with Peter Wright, who claims that he's never had a conversation with Rachel Wilson, even though Rachel Wilson actually
Nope,
told
that's
him.
not what did the DM actually say, Natty?
Andrew, have another drag of your cigarette, bro. He asked me to produce a little bit more of a receipt. So all I'm doing
where's
is
the
asking
receipts?
you to say what you told us in the interview on X, and then you can get back to doing whatever you're doing. Thank you very much.
Do you remember that Peter Wright is a master gaslighter and of picking out screenshots out of context?
We're just looking for the receipts, dude.
His narratives for himself. He's one of the most dishonest slime balls I ever met in the men's movement. Now, I saw him posted on one of her forums. That's what I actually said. It thinks I'm wrong. That's fine. He's one of the most dishonest, hateful, and slanderous human beings who ever existed. Quote me as bad as Dean Esme from the Red Pill movie, who, by the way, he slandered multiple times. I'm not even a Christian anymore, but I was always a liberal one, and Peter Wright is an
I don't care about Peter Wright. Can you just give me the proof?
One of his allies is badgering the witness and has not given proper preparation.
I just want the receipts, dude. That's all I'm asking for.
Somebody
You don't think
associated
an
with the
account is a
slander
receipt,
artist
dude?
and the professional gaslighter that is Peter Wright. I would walk away, sir. I'm out now. Call me sometime if you want.
I don't care about Peter Wright. Just show me the receipts
All
of any of these.
Thank you,
That's
Dean.
all I'm asking
Thank you,
for.
Dean. So
What the heck is this? What is this? This is not a debate at all. She called somebody whose name is Dean, apparently, who's supposed to be some sort of former Christian and everything, and asked for proof, but instead, this is nothing more. It's become basically a call a buddy up, and it's a huge vent session rather than a debate. He simply asked for evidence, not only from her, who goes by the name of Natty, but also from the dude Dean that's calling. And all he did was just shoot even more, lies to him and call him professional gaslight and all of that. Andrew even asked him for evidence. He still didn't give any. And she finished without any evidence. She finished the call off with, "That's all for now. Thanks, buddy. Bye." Really? Really? So this is one of the best that the feminist movement actually has. Her. I mean, this is nothing. If this debate was actually, for an award or whatever, or reward, Andrew won. Okay? It's simple as that. You don't go ahead and just have somebody to be calling and then they start saying the similar kind of stuff to him and everything. Okay, calling him a red pill this and minister that and blah, 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 blah. No, that's not how debates work. I mean, okay. The topic was gynocentrism. It steered off of that, okay? And the fact of the matter is, Andrew Wilson asked for evidence of it. She didn't give that to him at all, okay? And the problem is that the audience's time was wasted on this as well. And the moderator who owns this particular, who's moderated for this debate and stuff, she asked her to be serious, but Andrew Wilson simply told her, no, let it go. So that way we can see how much of a fool that she is without having any arguments as well as providing any evidence. So she called somebody else to what she claimed to provide evidence and receipts and stuff. And the guy, Dean, he claimed to have receipts, but he didn't. All he did was just vent and rant and gaslight about how much how sexist that this dude is. That's not how any of this works.
Dean Esmayer, by the way, is somebody who was a well-known men's rights activist who edited Peter Wright's work. And then he said to Peter Wright, because he was a Roman Catholic at the time, and he said, listen, Peter, your writings about the Theotokos, where you try to claim that women have the archetype of the Virgin Mary, the Theotokos, and men have the archetype of Christ, is incorrect. And I, as much as I want to support your work in the men's rights movement, I cannot put my name to this. Then he got slandered by A Voice for Men and Honey Badger Radio and other individuals, and they all called him a crazy Christian fundamentalist, even though he was a Vatican II supporting Catholic. He was the one who came to me and said that Rachel was having conversations with Peter Wright on her Patreon, and he also came and did an interview with me on X. And Rachel has admitted this herself. She's spoken about gynocentrism theory in her book, even some tweets I can put in the chat now. Everything is so gynocentric now that simply being direct or strong language is now considered narcissistic and abusive. People are deeply programmed to never make women feel uncomfortable, or else they risk total personal destruction. That's one tweet. Let's read another one. Hang on a minute. Let's get the other one. Where's it gone? Oh, according to our gynocentric inverted society, women serving their husband is abuse, but also husband not serving a wife is abuse. Make it make sense. Let me do another one. This clip has made so many women angry. It's satire, but it proves the red pill folks right when they say that even in Christian circles, everything is so gynocentric that men are not allowed to have preferences. Only women are. What an unchristian about preferring company of men. Let's read another one. And I can put all the links in the chat, no problem. Just give me a second. I keep saying that I don't hate women, but I will say this. I have a disdain for the kind of women in our feminist gynocentric society tends to produce now. Utterly incapable of self-reflection, allergic to criticism, holes who need endless validation. Yes, I find those women reprehensible, and they should be admonished. We should socially shame these traits right out of women. Oh, that sounds Christian. Anyway, luckily I'm delighted to know many women who are not this way, but the women who are this way are always going to hate me, and I'm not going to have any concern for them. Cry. Anyway, would you like me to go on, or do you disagree with your wife about those views? Because as far as I'm concerned, the talking points you bring up in your debates when you talk about gender roles pretty much are in line with hers. So,
okay. So,
would you like to tell us what your definition of gynocentrism theory is? Yes,
is it my turn to respond?
I'm still waiting.
Okay, I'm going to start back with the timer again now that we've got the proof out of the way.
Sarah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So I let Natty go through whatever her little Spurkfest there was, but I want you to note something here that's very important. What I just brought up was actual evidence, receipts. I brought up receipts which disproved this narrative from Natty that there was some type of, collusion between Rachel when she wrote her book. Remember, Natty made this claim just mere moments ago that Rachel's book, because, by the way, there's no gynocentrism chapter I'm aware of in the book, but she says apparently that the book mentions this somewhere and is talking and discussing this, and that these ideas came from this guy, Peter Wright. But we just established this timeline where that can't be possible. And it was from Peter Wright's own mouth and Rachel's, where they both claimed that this never happened. The only one who claims that it happened is Natty, and the only one who can't show proof is Natty. The only one who can't show proof of any of this collusion is Natty. Same thing when it comes to this crazy-ass idea that she says that there was some type of Patreon link. Okay, I'm willing to grant that there could have been. Show us the proof. Show us the evidence. Just show us the proof. If not, all you have to do is this, and this is why Never Learns Natty. You'll never get it, right? Never Learns Natty right now could completely stomp all over me. All she would have to do is show the proof that Rachel and Peter Wright are lying by showing some sort of messaging between her and Peter Wright, showing that they colluded both on her book, or that they ever even had contact on the Patreon, or that they knew each other or associated ever. That's all she'd have to show. Why is that so difficult for her to show? And why is it so difficult for her to back down the claim? Why can't she just say, you know what, Andrew, I was wrong. I was totally wrong. And I made all of that up because I wanted there to be a link that there wasn't. All she has to do is that. Why won't she do it?
Natty.
Are you calling Dean Esme a liar? Dean Esme,
who's
one
Dean
of
Esme?
The guy who was on the phone who you've completely ignored, where you said I didn't show any receipts.
Yes.
Would you like to say that somebody's claim?
Yes, he's a liar. Show me the proof.
And how do you know he's a liar?
Because he has no proof and I do.
You don't have proof because
I just showed it. Where's yours? I'm waiting.
You haven't shown proof at all, dude.
Yeah, this basically went nowhere, okay? And it's sad because Andrew Wilson simply made one request and asked the question, show me the proof, and where did you get this proof from, okay? And as usual, this woke feminist right here went on ahead and insulted Andrew Wilson and stuff, mocking him while he was responding to her claims and stuff. The problem is that she has nothing to stand on. Okay, so this whole debate right here was nothing but an embarrassment for her. I'm pretty sure. Like y'all saw for yourselves, there was nothing between Mr. Wright, Peter Wright, and Andrew Wilson's wife either. Okay, so yeah, this is basically just a waste of time. Anybody who is following Never Learns Natty and stuff, they need to go ahead and just repent from that, turn away from her, and then stop supporting her altogether because she's leading them nowhere but downhill. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below in this Andrew Wilson debate with this woke feminist here, as he completely annihilates her.